Welcome back to the Verdigris Fan League. I'm going to do something a little different this week. Well, actually, it just started. In the future, on Tuesdays, I'm going to do a recap, and then the game will start on Thursday. I'll give my projections on Thursday, but I'm going to combine them in the essence of time. I'll go over it pretty quick. I had projected some scores, and let me just go over that recap. Where are my notes here? Oh, here they are. So first week, Tatanka Blanco versus Tiki Blinders. I remember saying last week that I had this pretty handedly. This guy is as good at fantasy football as he is at basketball in his driveway. Got blasted. Tiki Blinders wasn't even close. I don't believe. As a matter of fact, Tatanka, that's me, White Buffalo, won by 28 points. Kind of a landslide there. I think I called that one. Jaden Savis versus T-Law Pitts. As I'm looking at this one, I was like analyzing T-Law Pitts. I thought I had that all day long. I won that one also. Pitts by 13 on that. Pack Full of Love versus Diddy's Disciples, formerly known as Liam Wants My Chubb. I won that one. Diddy by 31, or as it was last week, Chubb. So let's just see if the name change brings any more luck, because it was pretty much a landslide. And I called that one also. I'm pretty hot at this point. I'm 3-0. Laporta Potty and Your Flowers versus CD's Nuts. I chose CD's Nuts in that. I didn't think it was going to be close, and it turns out it really wasn't that close. CD's Nuts won by 16, also a winner. So at this point, I'm 4-0, and I'm pretty hot. It just puts a lot of things in context. It lets you know I'm pretty much a fantasy expert. The game after that, the Big Deeker versus my Diggs hurt loser, lost that one. Diggs by 3. Diggs pulled that one out. To be honest, I didn't see it coming. I thought they had a better lineup. The Big Deeker, I thought he had a better lineup, and he lost that one. Barely squeaked it out there. Good job, my Diggs hurts. 50 Shades of Trey versus Pain in the Bass, our artist formerly known as Don't Hurty My Purdy, which is actually a terrible name. I actually took Don't Hurty My Purdy in that one. I lost that one also. So 50 Shades of 4. 50 Shades. Oh, by 4. 1 by 4. My bad. So, that's a pretty good run last week. I really blew it on some, but I felt I started off hot. That's all that matters. So now let's get to this week. Real quick recap. I thought I've outsmarted the system now. I think I got something going here. Week 2 projections. Actually, the projection is Tatanka Blanco, first game, Tatanka Blanco versus Laporta Potty. Blanco is projected to lose by 2 points. Now, I'm just rough guessing this because these are point numbers. It's actually 1.2, but when I start talking fast, I'm not going to do the math on points. So I'm projected to lose by 1 or 2 because I'm Blanco, by the way. I'll protect the other people, but when I start looking at rosters, I'm playing C.J. Stroud, Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, Zay Flowers, terrible. Lad McConkey, terrible. Sam Laporta, whatever. Rashi Rice, I don't know. Chiefs defense. Seems like a real Chiefs lover this guy is. I think he's a bandwagon fan personally. That's what people do. I'm from the middle part of the country, and they're like, oh, man, Chiefs are good. I'm a Chiefs fan. That's the same reason why there's a lot of Cowboys fans where I live, because they were good like 3 times ago. But now you see people start to shift over. That's what bandwagon fans do. So based on that alone, this bandwagon type mentality, as I'm looking at the numbers here, I'm projected to lose by 1.2, as I said. But I see this going the other way. I'm taking myself on that. Probably going to win by 10 on that game. We have next game is Tyreek Blinders versus Jaden Savis. And Tyreek Blinders, I played him last week. I pretty much blew him out. He's projected to lose. The projections on this is Jaden Savis 115, Tyreek Blinders 107. So just quick math. I know it's less than 8, but I already gave you the recap. Tyreek Blinders is projected to lose this by 8 points. As I look at his lineup, he has Justin Fields, which amazingly started. But if Russell Wilson's back, he may be a non-factor this week. Because he only started because last-minute decision. Russell Wilson decided his calf hurt, which maybe that's why he's been terrible the last 3 years or 4, whenever he got to Denver. Just looking at it, I did play Tyreek last week. Jaden Savis, just staring at his lineup. He did have Saquon Barkley, as you know, who went nuts. I think he only scored 3, but but he scored 3. Almost got 4 at the end. But real quick, just looking at Jaden Savis, I think the matchup's going to be closer. I'm going to take Tyreek blinders in this, even though Jaden Savis is projected. Well, you know what? Take that back. Jaden Savis, you're the winner this week. You get your first win on the week. Tyreek blinders, sorry, you're going to be 0-2. I'm going to go Davis, almost like the projection. This is crazy. I don't even believe in ESPN projections. I'm going to take the same numbers. I don't think the points are going to be as high. I think Jaden Savis, let's go 101-93. That's what I'm going. Jaden Savis has that one. T-Law's little pits, packed full of versus packed full of love. This one last week was I had picked T-Law's little pits. He did come out pretty good last week. I completely did not pick packed full of love. As I had stated previous, he used to coach football, but I think they lost a lot. He's like, you know what? This isn't fun anymore. I'm going to do other stuff. And then, he was trying to show off. He's like, I'm moving to basketball. And then he ripped his Achilles tendon out of his leg. And so I don't know, man. I just think he faked an injury just so he didn't have to coach football anymore because he wasn't good. Basically, I'm just saying out loud that possibly he's not good. And I'm only saying that because he did really terrible last week. Bad. And he's projected to lose by 28 points this week. Pack full of love. You're going to have to draft better. Those are terrible stats. I don't even got to read the lineup. I don't even have to go in depth. You're going to lose big. Okay, now on to the next. So as I had stated previous, this is Diddy's Disciples, as we call it, versus the big Deeker. And so Diddy changed the name change, but as moving forward, that's Diddy's Disciples. So the projection on this is actually 120 to 126. Big Deeker, I think he was projected to win last week. I know I took him. He let us all down. He was probably too busy trying to get another thigh tattoo and didn't have time to look at his lineup. That's my guess. I don't know. I don't know everything, but I pretty much do about fantasy. And so on this one, as I'm looking at the lineup, I took you last week. I think Joe Burrow is suspect. Ramondre Stevenson, he plays for New England, which was actually surprising last week. That I'd picked that in a sports betting show to be a snoozer of the week. Brock Bowers, just rough guessing this. No offense. Big Decker, you lose this one. Diddy's Disciples, probably by 15. I'm taking you, Diddy, on this one. Next we have CD's Nuts and 50 Shades of Trey. I can tell you right now, I didn't give 50 Shades of Trey much of a chance. I believe I actually said he couldn't even spell, but then he comes out with this win, squeaked one out last week, which I thought was amazing. Just looking at your lineup really fast, CDs. I'm going to tell you, 50 Shades of Trey, you must be watching too many of those pervert shows because I think you may pull this one out this week also, which is quite amazing. And this is maybe my pick of the week because you're projected to lose by 9 points, and I'm actually going to take you by 3. So, no offense, CD's Nuts. I just don't think you got it this week. I think you need to pull some people off the waiver wire. I don't know. I'm really talking crazy because you got a pretty good lineup. you got a good lineup. I'm still going 50 Shades of Trey. I'm not taking it back. And then the last game of the week, I got my Diggs Hurt versus Pain in the Bass, formerly known as Don't Hurty My Purdy. But as we said, you're Pain in the Bass, I guess, moving forward. So, checking out your lineup really fast. You have Brock Purdy, which I had said previous. He hurt his arm. Brock Purdy's not going to be a fantasy superstar. Jake Ferguson actually went out, I don't remember the first quarter, very fast. I think he had 7 points or something like that before he went out, just different fantasy points, maybe not this league. Godwin did score a touchdown. I remember seeing that. Jahmyr Gibbs pretty good. So the projection, Pain in the Bass, 127. My Diggs Hurts, 122. Real quick, just checking it out. I got to go pain in the Bass again. I think you're going to get your first win, and I think Diggs, you're going to get your first loss, and that's what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I don't know if it was Diggs that I hurt, Diggs Hurts that I accused of not being able to spell last week. I mean, here's the thing. Your brother does this thing and he reads 12,000 books a year, which we all know that's kind of made up. People, parents sign off on it just so they get special awards. We all know that. But you definitely need to start reading fantasy books because I think you lose this one this week. So that's really all I got. As I said, next week it'll be a Tuesday recap, Wednesday video, and that's where we're at. Thank you guys for listening in, and have a good week and good luck.